Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. I've mentioned before that I wanted to share with you a little video about Pennsylvania Dutch. And so finally making good on that, and I'm going to share a few expressions with you that I grew up with and that I would say most Amish families would probably use on a daily basis or pretty frequently. And as many of you know, Pennsylvania Dutch is my first language. And I'm very thankful for that, and I speak it daily. I was just talking to the phone with my mom, and anytime we talk in Pennsylvania Dutch, unless there's someone who only speaks English with us, of course. And you know, also something that you may not know is that regionally, Pennsylvania Dutch can sound very different, and in different pockets of the country, they just use their words a little differently and say it slightly differently, like just like a dialect, and just, you know, even, you know, English sounds a lot different in different regions of the country. So it's the same with Pennsylvania Dutch, and you may have already grasped that in the Amish fiction genre, or just if you're if you've met different Amish communities, you would have probably noticed that if they've spoken it in front of you, and I find that very interesting. And usually it's not very hard to figure out what they're saying. It's not that different generally. So. But it's just very similar to other languages, but that regionally it can be different. It can sound different. So one of the phrases I wanted to share with you is just a nonsense phrase. It's an expression. Like when someone gets impatient, in English we would say, "Hold your horses." And in Pennsylvania Dutch, they would say, "Heb de hosse," which literally means hold your pants. So obviously it sounds a little bit different if you translate it English, but it means the same thing as hold your horses. So heb de hosse. So maybe try using that this week with someone and see what happens. And another one you might want to try maybe on your kids. My dad, he said this constantly to us when we were kids. I have an older sister and a younger brother, and if we were not getting to bed, he would tell us "Grazie and spet," which translated means scratch yourself to bed or itch yourself to bed. So of course that would, you know, we'd start laughing and giggling, and we'd be itching ourselves all the way to bed, and we found that expression just very humorous. And but those are definitely two expressions you would hear in probably any Amish household that I know of, and it would, you know, usually be used in that kind of a fashion, and get your kids giggling. And another phrase that I was sure that you'd want to hear, I'm going to say it first and see if you know what it is. Ich liebe dich. Did you guess? Ich liebe dich. Yes, of course. It means I love you. So maybe you'll get a few extra brownie points if you use that with your loved one this week, and maybe teach your grandkids or your kids. I know that my kids love learning more phrases in Pennsylvania Dutch, and especially when I am speaking it with them, my oldest daughter loves calling me Amish Mama when I talk Pennsylvania Dutch with her. So it's a great thing to teach children a few phrases here and there, if not an entire language, of course. And one more phrase I wanted to share with you. It actually is most popular from an Amish song. The title is "God is Love," and in Pennsylvania Dutch it would be "God is de Liebe." And I think that's just so pretty. It just sounds like a line of poetry. And I'm going to see if I can find that on YouTube, the song. And I'll link to that in the blog post, and maybe you'll get a chance to listen to that as well. So the four phrases that I shared with you is "heb de hosse," which means hold your horse or hold your pants or hold your horses. "Grazie and spet," which means scratch yourself in bed, or basically it means get yourself to bed. "Ich liebe dich," which is I love you. And "God ist die Liebe," which is God is love, and He is love. And with that, I'm signing off. Have a great day. Bye.